In the Philippines, 9 in 10 Filipino students age 10 struggle to read a simple text. Philippine public education's lack of resources contributes to the learning poverty. On Wednesday, January 25, over 150 education leaders and stakeholders gather in Makati to discuss the learning crisis in the Philippines and how the private sector can step in to help the Philippine government with its education woes. Global Schools Forum Program Director Kavita Rajagopalan says the education situation in the Philippines calls for all hands on deck. The public and private sectors should come hand in hand to take the country out of this mess.
Learning together and sharing what works can prevent us from recreating the wheel, avoid failures and pitfalls, and accelerate progress. There's a big challenge ahead of us, but I am confident that if the non-state education sector is harnessed more effectively and if governments and private work together collaboratively, every child in every part of the world will get the education that they deserve.
FinMa Education CEO Chito Salazar says the private and the public sectors should complement each other. Salazar says the public and the private sectors need to work together to really maximize their efforts, facilities, and resources to solve the learning crisis.
It cannot be a we will solve it alone or you will solve it alone. There is no choice but for us to solve it together. This cannot be a private or public solution. It must be a Philippine joint solution.
At least 860 small private schools in the Philippines have closed down due to low enrollment turnout exacerbated by the pandemic. They appeal for government help so they could sustain their operations. Will the government listen to them? Bonz, Magsambol, Rappler, Makati.